This is day 13, so a little bit of paperwork to get through in the next 24 hours. We've had our test and we're all clear, so that's exciting. I'm can't wait to see my kids actually and grandkids. So that'll be first port of call when we fly into Palmy and need a haircut. The wife got the dog's clippers out at one stage. I had an afro after about 12 weeks in Scotland, so she did a bit of a hack job, but so maybe seeing a hairdresser would be important.
Dave, I guess you've kind of set up that pony squad earlier in this year, but how important is the next 12 weeks in terms of getting that firmer idea of what will be the 23 that you pick when tests are finally played this year?
Yeah, obviously the next 3 months, it's a great opportunity for players. So we've had close contact with 30 odd of them. So that's been good for me. It's, I guess, the positive side of no footy since March has been I've done an enormous amount of work, with the other staff, and then a chance for me to do a lot of homework and get clarity around the players and the quality of their game and so on, and areas that we need to see some shifts in. So we've done a lot of work around that. We've done IDPs. The players have done IDPs, and so we've had a lot of discussion around that, and but there's still opportunities for guys to jump in outside that group, and so that's what the next 3 months is about, really. But yeah, we're in constant contact with the pony group, and some of those guys are in that group maybe for the future. Some we think are ready to go now, so I will know a bit more in the next 3 months. But yeah, it's a crucial time. I think from the Gitto law perspective, there's still more discussions to be had around that. But my feeling is that the ideal scenario is that we're picking from within. And the reason I say that is that, if we do like South Africa did at the World Cup, and you allow all your players to go overseas and you can pick from anywhere in the world, clearly you end up with a pretty good side in a World Cup year, but it's going to encourage a lot of players to leave Australia and chase the big money, knowing they can still play for their country, which I think will have a detrimental effect on the quality of our Super Rugby and the development of players within that. So ideal scenario is that we're picking from within our competition. That's not to say that we don't look at other ways of encouraging guys to come home as well. So you look at Nick White. We can pick him because he's coming back to play for the Brumbies. So trying to lure some of those guys who've left recently, encourage them to come back and play Super Rugby and then be available for Wallabies is important. So developing that is crucial over the next couple of years, I reckon. And there's so many good Australian players playing overseas. And some of them young men who are probably in their prime, but not in our country. So we've made a lot of phone calls to lots of individuals just to get an idea of where they're at, show a bit of love, and hopefully lure them back over time. But some of that's about creating a relationship.
The future of Super Rugby in general, and what you'd like to see, I guess, from a competition now that anything's on the table.
Obviously, playing against the Kiwi sides is important. If we just had a competition that involved us, obviously we don't get tested week after week. So, where the South Africans end up based on COVID or based on, or we'll talk about them going to the Northern Hemisphere at some stage, whether there's any opportunity for Japanese clubs to link in with our competition and so on. We've certainly got players playing in that competition, and whether that would make them eligible for selection, because you can compare apples with apples. So, in my view, if we had a Wallaby playing for the Blues, for example, we get to see him playing and playing against the best Aussies. And from a selection point of view, that makes sense that you could be able to do that. I'm not a big fan of trying to pluck guys out of France. We've got no influence on how they train and how they prepare. And having been up there the last 3 years, I got a pretty good idea of how a lot of those French clubs train and so on. So best case scenario is we have them here, helping our young kids develop good players around them, and helping our Super Rugby sides be strong.